We are back with Indie Attack. Today, during Global Game Jam Week, I'm Kelson.
I'm Woody.
And today we have Blacksea Odyssey. And this is by a bunch of folks, a lot of different art folks.
Something called Traverse.
You can go to the Game Jam website.
Page, and you can figure out.
And get all that information where credit is due. So in this game, you are in sort of the ocean that is also space.
Yes.
And you are cruising around. You click with your mouse to shoot fish. Yeah. And you have a boat where you are capturing them with a net.
You're a space fisherman.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you fish in space.
And you grunt when you shoot things.
Yeah.
Which is
apparently it's a tough process.
That's a tough. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if the ship.
Don't know the connection there exactly, but
it amused us nonetheless. And so you sort of float around and collect these fish, and there's a nice little soundtrack going on that's very like upbeat and fun, you know.
And then once you get enough fish, you get a boss fight.
Exactly. The music gets all dramatic, it swells, and then if you kind of have to go to the center of the map, and it's like it's like Jaws or something. You're getting chum, and then you lure this giant. And I was shocked at how gigantic.
Yes, it's a very large boss,
and it looks good. This art style, I don't know exactly what to call this art style, but it's just very like, I don't know, very vibrant, you know, and very, it looked great. And they delivered on the promise that like, you fight a big boss.
Yeah, and it plays, it's a little tricky to get used to because it's not strictly just, A to B movement kind of movement controls.
Yeah.
It's, you have a button to move you forward and a button to adjust your left and right movement.
Yeah.
So you need to get used to the movement of your ship a little bit, and you need to get used to how your net that you drag behind you can catch fish.
Yeah.
And kind of how to swing that around. The physics for this game are a little funky. I don't quite like them all that much.
Agreed, dude.
But the concept, I think, is actually pretty solid, and I like the idea of swinging around your net to catch fish.
Yeah.
And I think that if you kind of focused on making this game feel a little bit better to play, it would be really great.
Yeah, this could definitely translate to like a really cool little mobile game where you're just kind of zipping around, And yeah, that's the thing. It just felt slow. The ship moving where it felt like it should be
kind of
fast.
needs to. I think it needs to feel a bit faster, and you need to whip around, and it needs to be responsive.
And I think the net should be fixed so it doesn't get, so you can't get like all like wound up in it, because then it just slows you down. And I felt like sort of unnecessarily, It's like, I get why they were kind of like, you're trying to catch the fish, but like you basically just get them as soon as you roll over the dead fish. So it's kind of like, I didn't feel like that was a necessary thing to have the net like flailing around.
And then the boss is very large.
Yeah.
And if you die to the boss, which kills you in one hit,
it does.
You have to play the game again.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to restart the game, which I thought, that's just one of those little hiccup things that's like...
I can see it's global game. They might have not had time to implement, go back to the title screen kind of a thing.
Totally. Or resetting you to the boss, would have ultimately, I think that's... Because really, that's what the game is.
But I think overall, there's some easy steps you can take to make this a better game. And that's one of them.
Yeah, totally. And again, of course, it's a game jam. We need to stop saying that because I think we've established we're definitely not trying to be harsh in anyone's mellow on this stuff. But yeah, it's definitely, I think, a game that focused more on the visual side, and then the mechanics sort of were not as gorgeous, because the visuals are really, really cool. Because like there's cool things where when you're floating around, like the stars, you think like they're just the background, but you can actually knock the stars
around. And I like
that
like all the fish will fly in formation and stuff, and you can kind of scatter their formation and attack them and stuff.
The cloud of blood that comes out when you kill them is really cool. Like there's a lot of good looking
there's a lot
stuff.
of cool visual stuff, and the concept is cool. I just want it to play a little bit better before I give a wholehearted recommendation.
Likewise, I would say, of course, as always, check it out for yourself and support these cool cats who make these things. But yeah, I don't think it's a full-hearted recommendation from either of us, even though we give them some props.